Hello, Mr. T here. In this session, the piece I would like to talk about is Party Piece by Sparke from the book Skillful Studies. I've chosen this piece as it is set for grade 5, list C. If you choose to play this piece for your grade, here are some ideas on how you could improve your marks. Firstly, let me play the melody. Yes, I agree with you. Not very musical, not very interesting. It all sounded the same, no variation. So how can I make it more interesting and more musical? The points I will cover are tempo, dynamics, articulation, and musicianship. Firstly, tempo. Two things to notice about tempo. Firstly, the speed at the beginning, and then look through the piece to see if this speed changes. At the beginning, you can see it says allegro, which means lively. So how lively is that? There's no actual speed given. Well, let me play the opening section to give you some idea of what might be a suitable speed. Something along those lines. Certainly no quicker, I don't think. We don't want you rushing and falling over the notes later on in the piece. Secondly, now we've established the opening tempo, look through the piece to see if the tempo changes. And you will see that there are a couple of changes later on. In bar 26, it says rall, and this is short for rallentando, which means a gradual slowing down. And the end of bar 27 says a tempo, so go back to your original speed, the lively speed, and it stays like this right up to the end. I'll play from the end of bar 23 into bar 28 so that you can hear what is meant. That gives you some idea. And of course, don't forget in bar 27 the pause over that note. Now let's add dynamics to tempo. At the beginning it is marked F forte, loud. Then notice as you look through the piece that there are quite a few dynamic changes. So you will need to remember the following. P, piano, soft. MP, mezzo piano, medium soft. MF, mezzo forte, medium loud. F forte, loud. FF, fortissimo, very loud. And the lines getting wider are crescendo, getting louder. I'll play from the beginning to bar 9 so that you can hear what is meant. And you can hear some dynamic contrast there. And already it's beginning to sound a little more interesting. So to that, let's now add articulation, which is the tonguing and slurring. Have a look through the piece and you will see various markings which you will need to play. Curved lines are the slurs. Here you will need to tongue the first one and then play the others under the slur without tonguing them, making them as smooth as possible. Dots underneath the notes show a staccato marking, which means play it short and sharp. The lines underneath the notes, they're called tenuto and mean give it its full length. And the little arrowheads are called accents, and here you will need to give the notes a little extra force when you tongue them. Again, I'll play from the beginning to bar 9 so that you can hear what is meant. So you can hear the difference between the staccatos, the legatos and the slurring. Lastly, now that we have tempo, dynamics and articulation, the technical bits, it's time to think about musicianship. And what this means is thinking about what story is the music wanting you to tell through your playing. The clues are in the title and the word allegro, which means lively. The title is Party Piece, and I think to a degree this can be seen as a pun, a play on words. A party piece is something a person can do, and it doesn't have to be musical. It can be anything. It's something they can do that is perhaps quite unusual or quite unique to themselves. Or, as I think the composer means here, a party piece means a piece in a party style. So use the dynamic contrasts and the various articulations to keep the piece light, varied and lively. Now the 4 points, tempo, dynamics, articulation and musicianship have been covered. I will end by playing through the piece, thinking about all these ideas, and you will be able to compare it with the first playthrough and see the difference.